You just want a contract. Then you get to the insurance section, and it's a full page of terms you've never heard of. Additional insured, primary and non-contributory, waiver of subrogation, minimum limits of liability. And here's the thing, if your coverage doesn't match what the contract requires, you might not get paid, or you might lose the job before you even start. Let me walk you through exactly what a contract is asking for, line by line, so you can meet every requirement with confidence. I'm Crystal Jackson with Barbee Jackson Insurance. We set contractors up to meet contract requirements every single day. So, let's demystify that page of legalese. First, why is this even in there? When a general contractor or property owner hires you, they're taking on risk. Your work on their project. So they use the contract to push that risk onto your insurance and make sure you actually carry enough coverage to back up the job. Every requirement in that section exists to protect them if something goes wrong. Your job is to match it exactly. Start with the certificate of insurance, the COI. That's the one-page proof that you carry coverage the contract requires. Almost every contract asks for it before you can get started or get paid. But a certificate is just proof. The real work is making sure the policies behind it actually say what the contract demands. That's the rest of this list. Next, commercial general liability. Nearly every contract requires it, and it'll specify minimum limits, commonly something like $1 million per occurrence and $2 million general aggregate. If your policy's limits are lower than what the contract requires, you don't meet it. So the number matters as much as having the coverage at all. Then there's the additional insured status. This is an endorsement that extends your liability coverage to the general contractor or property owner for claims arising out of your work. And watch this. Good contracts require it for both ongoing operations while you're working and completed operations after the job's done. If your endorsement only covers one, you've got a gap. Here's one that sounds like pure legalese, but really matters: primary and non-contributory wording. It means if there's a claim, your policy pays first. It's primary, and the other party's policy doesn't have to chip in. Without this wording, their insurer could try to force yours to split the bill, and that's exactly what the contract is written to prevent. Waiver of subrogation. Normally, if your insurer pays a claim, they can turn around and try to recover that money from whoever was at fault. A waiver of subrogation means your insurer gives up that right against the party you're contracting with. So, even if they contributed to the loss, your carrier won't come after them. Contracts require this a lot, and it has to be added to your policy. It is not automatic. If you have employees, the contract will almost always require workers' compensation, often with employers' liability limits spelled out. In most states, this is legally required anyway, but the contract will want proof of it. If you or your crew drive to the job site or haul materials, expect a commercial auto requirement with its own minimum limits, and sometimes its own additional insured and waiver of subrogation on the auto policy too. Finally, on bigger projects, the required limits may be higher than your base policies carry. Say the contract wants $5 million and your general liability is only $1 million. That's where an umbrella or excess liability stacks on top to get you to the number the contract demands. Now, here's why this matters beyond just paperwork. If you sign a contract promising coverage you don't actually have, and there's a claim, you're on the hook for the gap personally. Plus, you're in breach of agreement. And on the front end, if your certificate of insurance doesn't match the requirements, a lot of general contractors simply won't let you on the site, or worse yet, won't release payment. Either way, getting this wrong costs you money. The good news, this is routine for us. You send us the contract, or just the insurance requirements section of the contract, and we read it line by line and make sure your policies and endorsements match. general liability limits, additional insured for ongoing and completed operations, primary and non-contributory, waiver of subrogation, workers' comp, auto, umbrella if you need it. Then we issue a certificate that says exactly what the contract wants to see. So before you sign anything, send it our way. We'll make sure your coverage meets every requirement so you win the job, stay compliant, and actually get paid. Call Barbee Jackson Insurance at 850-389-2001 or go to barbeejackson.com. Subscribe for more contractor insurance breakdowns and drop your questions in the comments. We answer them all. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe so you never miss a video. See you on the next one.